now tuned into the greatest.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever this message reaches you. Listen to another episode of 6 the Podcast. I am your 5'9" host with sophisticated ignorance. Uncle J. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? We back at it. As always, it's 6 the Podcast. I am your 5'9" host, Uncle Poochie. But let me get myself up out of the way and introduce you to my lady. Hey, baby, step up to the plate. Tell them people who you is.
What's going on, y'all? It is your aunt, Amanda B.
Yep, that's me.
Yep, that's me.
Yep, that's me.
Little audio, trying to beat the
Sorry,
audio
the inside joke. Sorry about that.
I'm trying to beat the audio. Anyways, man, I'm rushing because we got a cool ass podcast ahead of us today. We got some guests in the house. We got some cool people in the house. They even cooler because they ain't made no noises. That lets me know they be watching the show, man. But nah, man. We got two cool guys in the place to be. I'm gonna guess which one wherever my finger lands, and whatever my finger lands on, one of y'all introduce yourselves.
What's up, you guys? This is Johnny with Inspired by Cannabis. Want to first give out a shout out to Unc and Aunt. Thank you guys for having me. Hey. Excited to be here. Hey. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, what's up, Johnny? What's up, Johnny? Johnny, my man. I think I always have to tell the story every time I bring Johnny up because Johnny was one of the first people I met within the cannabis industry who, gave me some game, was also giving me some smart talk. Nah, I love telling the story about Johnny. First time I ever met Johnny, we was at an event. I won't say what event, what place we were at, but we were at an event and Johnny was like, "Hey man, you got a sample?" And I was like, "No." And Johnny was like, "Well, you supposed to."
He did.
And after that, I realized two things. One, I need fucking samples. And two, this motherfucker just told me how to do my job. It was all good because, if you know Johnny, to know Johnny is to love Johnny. Thank you, Johnny, for being on the show, brother. All right, brother. Good brother. Step up. Tell people who you is.
It's your boy Riggs. Some of you know me by Be Live Creative, Green Rush Nation, Creative Space Music Group, A Room Full of Mirrors. I've been around a couple of these platforms and entities, and that's what I'm rocking with right now, current point in my life,
All right. The man got more AKAs than an AKA. I see it.
We do know one person with lots of AKAs.
We do know a lot of people with some AKAs. That person get mad that I used this phrase. Sorry. But nah, man, honestly, Riggs is definitely a cool guy. I met you a couple of months back. If you guys are familiar, Riggs brought up Green Rush Nation. B Guns, shout out to B Guns, shout out B Guns.
Yes,
shout outs to B Guns, shout outs to everybody over the Green Rush Nation. I believe my boy Aaron. I always get your name mixed up, but you know who you are. Yeah. Shout outs to you. I did an episode about 3 or 4 months ago with these guys, and I was like, man, I would love to have you on my show at some time. I'm a man of my word, and I respect what you do, Riggs. You do a good job, and
appreciate
respectfully, I like to see people that I know they've been putting in work for a long time that are still like, and I mean this respect, like still humble enough to know that they the shit without coming off and smelling like shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I don't like seeing that about myself, so I try to just just be myself. I just I've seen a lot of your work since I was on Green Rush Nation, and I'm like, oh, bro's been doing this for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And like, not only have you been doing it, it's like cool to see the evolution. Like I saw some of your older videos on YouTube from like 12, 13 years ago. You posted the skateboarding shit. I was like, damn, we old as hell. 14-year-old videos. There's a 14-year-old out there. Yeah.
Man,
that's older than this video.
Yeah.
Nah, but it was cool though because the shit was mad nostalgic. You know what I'm saying? It made me think about like what YouTube used to be like, what social media used to be like, and I just wanted to have a person like you on that has been around, and like when you said you'd be interested in coming on, I was like, damn, this is dope, bro. Like, thank you. So thank you both. Thank you both for being here. Thank y'all, man.
Thank you.
Honestly, man, as we always do in this great time of the year, this is the year of Thanksgiving. Your uncle and your auntie, snap that up. Need to remind y'all that one thing you need to give yourself is an opportunity to be a pretty bitch. See how I just segued that? Yes. And how do you become a pretty bitch? Simple. You do your podcast at Petty Cash Studios. Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's the motherfucking studios we at right now, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. My subscribers, they be going up, bro. My numbers, they be going up. Listen, you can book me for a hamburger right now, But next year you might have to book me for a cheeseburger.
There you go.
And some fries. And that's all because of petty cash.
Hold on, a whole meal. I think
the whole meal, not the soda yet. I ain't got to the point where you get the soda.
No.
But when I get to the point where you can get the refill, oh man, you know, it's because of petty cash. But no, shout outs to Mark and Alex, man. These motherfuckers are so cool. They're so dope. They're so patient and they're hella creative. So if y'all really got a podcasting idea, bring your ass to petty cash, bro, and you know, get that shit popping. It's worth it, bro. And because it is a podcast, I gotta always do this shit. I always ask you to like, subscribe, share, you know, all that funky shit, all that shit. If you could do that, I appreciate you. If you can't, hey man, it's all good, bro. Your mama's a hoe. Anyways, moving on.
Don't talk about people, mama. He just playing.
Today.
I'm just saying, like, if you watching my video and you don't like, subscribe, and share, your mama a hoe. It's fine.
Yeah.
Hoes make the world go round. It's fine.
You're already here. Might as well.
Might as well.
You got
who
options.
cares?
You
The
got
past is the
options.
past.
Oh my goodness.
Your daddy a hoe.
Cancel.
Is it better? Your daddy a hoe. There you go.
Maybe to some people.
All right, who cares, man? Anyways, nah, dude, I really did want to bring you guys on just to talk about, you know, your time in the industry, because I know both of you guys have very various backgrounds when it comes to the cannabis industry and just the media industry. Johnny, you do this lovely thing. Is it monthly or like 6
It's
months?
monthly, right?
It's monthly.
It's every month.
The beach cleanups. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how you got into that and what's that all about?
All right. So beach cleanups, that happened out of COVID. It was like, I was tired of being alone.
Mhm.
I wanted to spend time with my friends. I was like, how can we do something productive yet safe? Where we could be out in 6 foot distance. Remember back then with the mask and everything, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going crazy myself. So I was like, let me try to do some beach cleanups. We'll do it with a few friends. And then the cool thing was that every one of my people, colleagues, whatever you want to call them, they all had their own motion going. They had all like their following and everything. And for me, it wasn't about how much followers you have. But in the beginning, I was like, yo, combined, we have probably 100,000 followers. So we keep pushing it and be consistent. And like the Bible says, you build it, they will come. And that's exactly what happened. I've been doing it since 2019. And the level of brands and people and everything, the energy has been collectively expanding like crazy, to the point sometimes I'm doing it, coordinating it, I'm in my zone, making sure everything's going good, that I look around and I'm like, wow, this is crazy. From what just started in like a simple idea, a good like gesture, ended up becoming a whole thing. So I'm just like, I'm really blessed. Absolutely. And that's how I feel every single time that we are able to make them happen. You guys have been part of them, and shout out to you guys and Wafers. Bring out the ice cream. Everybody loves that. It's a whole good vibe, and you guys know by experiencing it yourself. So I'm super stoked that I have that.
Yeah, nah, definitely.
It's crazy.
Nah, definitely. Auntie, can you tell the people about how well you can network with people at an event like the beach cleanups?
I mean, absolutely. Once you have the little tent, the presentation, just the welcome, everybody's at the beach. First of all, you're at the beach. Okay? You're gardening at the beach. What's better than gardening at the beach on the weekend? So just being able to share and kind of converse how you entered the industry, you can kind of share what you've been scared, your fears, and you're able to kind of find a connection. I found many of people at the beach cleanup. I mean, Roller Kush, Jay Kush.
At the beach.
He was like one of the first people to like put a whole camera crew and like shout us out on a brand.
Yeah.
I've met people who I've had at my events with my partner. Shout out to my girl Yessie, my night shift gal. That has been a part of our events and things like that. So it's extremely important.
There's been a lot of people that have been part of it, and it's just crazy to me that people are like, oh, I met them at the cleanup. For me, I'm like, hey, I opened the platform, the opportunity, and it's up to you guys to network. And then the ones that align, and we've aligned. So obviously it's been good.
Especially the ones that you've had, like even as far as San Diego. Like now you even have San Diego connections. Like I've connected with people in San Diego. We've done a couple events in San Diego.
Absolutely.
So definitely.
Yeah, I just want to get people together. What I love the most is, without even seeing or experiencing it, I was experiencing it, but for other people, is it helps with their mental health. Like they tell me that they look forward to that one day of the month just to be part of it.
Yeah,
And it's a lot of people that are not in the industry that are curious about the industry. So it's a great opportunity. My slogan is where community meets the industry. Because it really is that way. Like, and then I tell the businesses, hey, this is your opportunity to explain and educate about your brand. Like, take full advantage. And if you want to give out samples, give it to the whole world, everyone that's there. And then you have brand awareness. You have a whole ecosystem, people reposting your brand, and it's a whole thing. And now I don't even have to seek brands; they come to me, and I'm like, all right, this is how it is. In the beginning, it was free. Now it's not, because there's so much involved with it that it's like, hey, this is an opportunity for your brand, your company, whatever you guys want, and let's make it happen. So it's been good.
Don't hurt them, Johnny. We're gonna get to that point about making people pay. Give me a second. I gotta ask Riggs about his background for a second. But I do want to say it is a lovely place to be at the beach and hanging out with good people, good vibes, and new people too. Because it's it is a new bunch of folks. And like, I've never did a beach cleanup with you, bro, where one person hasn't walked past me and been like, what the hell's going on here? Like, they're astonished. They're like, what is going on? And I'm like proud to say, like, yo, there's a beach cleanup, something, my man Johnny puts on. And it's like just good feedback. So like, with that being said, bro, I hope you 1,000 years of success with that shit. Keep it going, bro. It's very, very, very effective in what the community needs.
Definitely. Thank you.
Riggs, my man. Like I told you earlier, bro, I've always admired people who have, been creatives and definitely creatives for a very long time. Were you always a creative individual, or was this something you just stumbled into and was like, oh shit, I can make some money in this, or was it always your passion?
I think it was definitely, so a little backstory on me, I pretty much started doing video, skateboarding first, but video, DJing, and clothing at the same time around 13, 14. So it was basically like, oh, this is cool, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm kind of passionate about, and I basically just pursued it through all of through everything, I kept pursuing it. So like, one thing was when DJ would slow it up, I would go to video shit, or pretty much it would just naturally be that way, something would slow up, I would gravitate towards my other skill just because I had to. Everything I kind of ever did was out of survival in a sense, but I had to use my skill and lean on my skill, because I tried to do everything else the normal way. Let me go try to get a job, and let me go try to do this. And it's like, nope. You're good at this. Figure this out somehow, some way. And that kind of aligned me and brought me here. And, through that, always knew money comes with certain things. I don't really have it like that now, but like, I already know, like, certain things come with certain things. So I really just been like, I would say for real, since COVID, and I'll say this, I think COVID was the best thing ever for the hustlers and creative people, because stuff like this came from COVID. My platform, Be Live, came from COVID. And I'll plug that real quick. I started doing performance videos, and I've done over 200 artists with that in 4 or 5 states now since COVID, just by saying, hey, let me see what this does. Because of COVID, I was like, hey, let me find a location outside and, open public space that I can use, and no one's going to tell me shit. And I kind of built it off of that. Meanwhile, I was a whole hour and a half away from the location, staying in Temecula, still trying to build something. And I started it in Long Beach, my hometown. So like, just being dedicated, and really COVID, I feel like was a blessing in disguise for creative people, because it kind of forced you to like get back to creativity, like,
and nothing else to do.
Yeah,
like you had to binge watch TV. You can only masturbate so many times in a day. You know what I'm saying? So you had to get creative. Creative masturbating and get creative being creative. So,
you gotta create some shit.
I respect it, bro. Like, if I can say, bro, I mean, guilty but innocent on the statement of what you said earlier. Like, try to get a job, but you can't keep one because like this is what you're good at. Auntie looked at me and laughed, because like, unbeknownst to a lot of people, before I fell into my position with the current brand I work with, which is Wafers, before I just kind of got, blessed with the opportunities I got blessed with, I got fired my first year living in LA. I got fired. How many times? Is it 4 times?
3.
3?
No. 4. It was 4.
See?
Because the temp.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got fired at the temp job.
But I lost the temp job.
You bad when you get fired from a temp job. When a temporary job say, hey, you temporarily.
Then I lost that job because he lost that job.
Yeah. That's how much of a writer she is. She said, y'all firing me? Y'all firing him? Y'all firing me? I said, but baby, now we broke. and now we need to get a job for real. Nah, it was one of those things where the first year, bro, I tried to do my side hustle, which was podcasting and stand-up comedy. And then I tried to have a regular day job because, equaling things out, things cost money, right? And like, bro, like you said, man, it just didn't work. It just would not work, bro. Yeah. It was the craziest shit. Like, not to quote, like movies, but like, it's not that I'm lazy. It's just that I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't give a shit. Yeah. I just did not give a damn. They would ask me to try, and I would be like, no. They'd be like, but we're paying you. And I'm like, nah, this shit is belittling. And they'd be like, but we're paying you. And I'm like, ain't paying me enough.
But putting a dollar on it, like, it's your opinion on what you think you paying me.
It was the shout outs to this guy named Kanishi. I don't know if I said your name right, but you know who you are, bro. I was a waiter at this location in Malibu called Lucky's. And what's crazy is that like nobody can say I was their waiter because I was only a waiter for your blink and you miss it because I was so bad. But like the dude who was the manager, he kept me on. He made me permanent bitch boy, but busting tables. But he kept me on because he was like, bro, I know you here for something else. Like, what you here for? And I was like, bro, this is what I'm trying to do with my life. He's like, well, I'm just gonna keep this because you suck, bro. Like, you're not good at this. And so like, luckily in that time period of me being a waiter, like I ended up getting called for my first brand, and then they asked me to be part time, and then they turned to full time within 90 days, and I was gone from there. But nah, bro, it's really a thing. Like I talk to my wife about all the time. It's like a routine. Like you can try to change the routine, but like player, you are who you are. If you are a creative, you are a hustler, fam, they can try to beat that out of you, but they're gonna have to kill you because that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Like, asking me not to hustle is asking the Pope not to be Catholic. Like, nah, player, I'm gonna hustle. You know what I'm saying? But it is one of those things too that I have to say that it's an equilibrium build out though, because if anybody hustles even harder than me, it's my lady. Sometimes I tell her like, hey, sweetheart, calm your hustling ass down. Because you said something else earlier. Like you said something about surviving. I can't remember what you said. But
doing my skills out of survival.
Oh, doing your skills out of survival. Yeah,
right.
Her. I was getting fired, y'all, so I wasn't making no money. So one day she came in with a garbage bag, and I said, that better not be what I think it is. And she said, what? And I heard it say clink, clink. I said, that bet not be what the hell I think it is. And she said, what? And I heard that motherfucker. Blah, blah, blah. I said, girl, those cans. And she said, yeah. I said, I will sell booty before I make you go recycle some cans. Now, let me stop and tell y'all something. First and foremost, I'm not going to sell booty.
I was like, Lord.
Ain't nothing wrong with getting cans.
Gosh.
Ain't nothing wrong with getting cans. And if you got to sell booty to make the day, ain't nothing wrong with that either. I'm not really selling booty. But what I was trying to say is that at a certain point, I think certain hustles, certain survival things that you do are counterintuitive. Like they're not helping you. You got to learn how to get out of survival mode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
You got to learn how to progress your hustle to a point where it's not just because we surviving, it's because we're trying to thrive, you know? And how to do that, hey man, that's not a one size fit all situation. Everybody's got to figure that shit out on their own. Auntie, one day just woke up and was like, I'm going to do it this way. And I was like, all right, do it that way. Just don't bring no damn cans in this house.
Don't be.
Nah, ain't nothing wrong with getting cans. If you getting cans, get them goddamn cans. You can make a lot of money getting them cans.
It's 2025. Well, even 2020, anything. It's two job minimum in Southern California, period.
Southern California? Man, it's 2 job minimum anywhere.
Anywhere now, but shit.
On anything. I just think what's really cool is that's why I like, basically, that was one of the coolest things I liked when I met both of you all. Figuratively, people not in the positions who do not know you guys, and I'm not saying you guys do not cost, because Johnny made a good point earlier when he said about pay. Things do cost, but like I would say in respect, you guys are affordable for the man who is serious about doing what they want to do, the woman and man who wants to do that. Now, let me ask you this though, and either one of you guys can answer first. When did you guys realize you had to start charging motherfuckers for your skills? Johnny,
I know exactly.
I would say probably 2017.
Okay.
I kind of realized like, okay, I dropped out of college. I came back home and I was like doing the video thing. Basically, quote unquote, actually just doing the video thing. No brand, nothing. And realized, okay, the people who's getting booked are popping. They have a brand. So that's when I was like, okay, let me do. So little more backstory. I go by Riggs because I did a brand called Wrigley Clothing from the neighborhood in Long Beach. Me and my brother grew up in, and that's why people called me Riggs. So I started doing shop by Riggs, DJ Riggs. So boom, that's when I was like, I gotta get paid for this shit. Ain't no more like nah.
When motherfuckers start calling you by your Instagram handle, it's definitely time to start getting paid. I'm sorry. Like when people were like, "Hey, shot by Riggs." Hey, don't know your real name.
My cousin.
Yeah. I was on the set with him one time.
Yeah.
They don't even know you.
He walked by me.
Yeah. But no, I do agree. Like the point that you start really being recognized by your craft is literally to me the time that's like, hey man, I gotta get paid. And it's not like you gotta get paid, but it's like I gotta figure out a price. You know, I'm not trying to bust somebody out, but I just recently had somebody help me at one of my events, and I was like, bro, what's your rate? And like, bro would not give me an answer. And I was like, bro, tell me how much you want me to give you money for.
I'm working on it.
I'm
just so humble. Like, I just appreciate you.
It's a hard answer for me too, because I judge it by the person, by the situation, and but at the same time, like there still is a bottom line. Like the expenses are the expenses, regardless of who it is.
Yeah.
So like there's you know the facts.
Somebody paid
like,
for that free pen.
Yeah. Whether it's me, her, or you know,
absolutely.
No, somebody paid.
And asking for service before you ask what is your rate, or not have a follow up on like, okay, what is your rate?
That's crazy, son. I just don't get behind the idea of asking people to do anything for free. You know what I'm saying? Like there are opportunities and there are places for that, but I ain't got them. You know what I'm saying?
Or a trade, or like, you know, we owe, that's, you know.
Well, again, like I said, there's opportunities and there's places for that, but I ain't got them yet. Like, me, like if I'm like trying to offer you the opportunity to go, I don't know, dance in the Super Bowl, like motherfucker, hell yeah, you better do this shit for free. Like, is you crazy? Like, even Rihanna not getting paid.
But right.
Yeah, but like if I'm asking you to do the dance choreography for the Super Bowl, like no, bro, I need to pay you to put that show on. And I think that's the hardest part. I think a lot of people only focus on wanting to pay the person in front of the camera, and they don't really think about how important the people are behind the camera, behind the event, behind the setup. But anyways, Johnny, please tell us, when did you realize they got to break you off some of that moolah?
It was the easy response, because I'm not going to say which brand, obviously, but they were like, hey, you know, it's so great. Like, I've noticed our sales go up every time we do your cleanups. And where's my cut? I didn't get nothing. I was like, that's great for you. That's awesome. And at that point, I was like, ding, 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 ding. Like, okay, I need to think this out, because it takes money, gas money, to get to wherever I'm getting to. It takes money for the trash bags. It takes money for if I do tote bags or shirts. It takes money. It takes my time to invite people. You know,
everything costs, bro.
It's the opportunity cost. That's what you learn in economics. Opportunity cost. Like if I didn't spend my time on this, what am I losing out? No, like you want to make sure you're investing your time wisely, especially as you get older. So that's when I found out, and I was like, okay, let's do it. So for me, I'm a little smart, because the rates lower for dispensaries versus a brand. Brands want to be part of the cleanups because they want to be in the dispensaries.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I basically, dispensaries are practically free.
Yeah.
But if you're a brand and you're trying to make moves and you're trying to get into that store, you got to pay. And it goes towards everything, you know. And then everyone feels good, you know. And the crazy part was when I started charging, all of a sudden there's no last minute flakers. Because when there's no accountability and there's no follow up, then they're like, oh, you know what? I don't feel like going today, or I'm too cozy in my bed, but I'm gonna say my grandma's sick, I'm sick, etc., etc. I've heard it all. So I'm just like, hey, you know what? I understand, but at the same time, I got paid. So if you don't want to come, I still got paid.
Absolutely.
When that marketing budget is on the line, they pull up.
Exactly.
No, really.
No marketing.
I mean, even me and Gessie had our poppin'. We had a poppin' ass event that we didn't know was gonna be as big, and as soon as that happened, we were like, "Oh, okay." Like you're gonna have to start paying.
Yeah,
like
I was
you need
just
to
gonna
pay.
ask, when did you realize you needed to start charging people?
I mean, as soon as he was talking, I was really reflecting on how we had our first women's event, and that thing was packed out, and people were packed out, and we were letting people sell, and we really just wanted to like throw something we didn't know. And as soon as that happened, we were like, vendors are charged, because vendors made 100% profit. You got all your marketing. I created things, you know, just to represent
Yeah, if you're a brand, you need to have a marketing budget.
Absolutely.
You have to have a marketing
It was the
budget.
brands who took your marketing materials that you made for them for free.
Because that was my next thing. That was my next thing. I created marketing materials and placed people. Like I put an immense amount of time and effort. And then they took it. They were like, "That's a thought count."
Thank you.
And then took it, and I see it everywhere, which is really cool. But like, you don't be like the or something. Thanks. I don't need a the aunt made this, but I need a like. Okay, because people are literally posting your stuff like this. That's so cute. Like they didn't make that.
That would be my next thing I want to get into. Obviously, with all good sides of community and anything, there's a negative side. My feelings on that is this, right? You can't really focus on the negative, but you got to be aware of it, right? And unfortunately, when you are in the creative space, the event planning space, the content space, there's a lot of bullshit you're gonna have to deal with. And one of the things that is the bullshit that I feel like you deal with is like I'm trying to be respectful because all y'all come from different backgrounds, so we all know the same people. You just deal with a lot of fakeness. I'm just gonna use that word. I'm gonna start you, Auntie. When you first experienced that fakeness at your first event, how did that kind of warp your mind to be like, how I'm gonna deal with this differently? How I'm gonna, not feel like this the next time? How did that?
I think I just read the person and read the business move because at that time, I wasn't really established in even doing that because, like I said, it was our first thing. And you kind of brushed me off like it wasn't going to be good. Or the people who really didn't really put their efforts in were like, oh, okay, this is cool. I just was smiling like, thank you so much. Because the old me would not. I would have rode you down the hill with Jack and Jill. But in reality, it was just a lesson to just don't listen. Because them people told me not to wear Skechers as a kid, and Snoop Dogg got Skechers. So I'm not listening to y'all. No, thank you.
Snoop Dogg, the Skechers.
I got Skechers on right now, real comfy.
I only bring that up because, like, Johnny, I know, I'm not going to say no names, but I know people try to hate on your beach cleanups and try to bring them down and, still you rise, brother.
I'm still standing. I'm still tall.
It's 2 weeks in a row, Antoine Fisher. Crazy. No, Johnny, can you talk about how you dealt with like any negativity that's tried to come your way in business?
I would say at first it was a learning experience because naturally as humans, we want to react. Yeah. And coming from my background, we're like, oh, you try to check me? I'm going to go do something about it. But as an adult in business, we learn that you can't always go that route. So I always give people the benefit of the doubt. So the way, for me, a big thing is follow through. Yep. A lot of people in this industry, you meet tons of people and they're always going to promise you the world. Oh, yes. If I had $1 for every time somebody learned about my brand Inspired by Cannabis and they're like, oh, I love the name. There's so much you could do with it. I think we should invest.
Riggs said when I told him who you were, he was like, is that the IBBC cleanup dude? I said, yes, that is him.
There you go.
I've been watching it for a while.
I appreciate you, bro. So it's been a whole movie for me. In the beginning, I came up really fast because I wish I could bring that professionalism into the industry and that real camaraderie, like real community. A lot of people want to say, "Yeah, I'm about community. I'm about this," but when it comes down to it, they just care about money. Yep. And I've learned that the hard way. But at the same time, like I said, I give people the benefit of the doubt. I give them the opportunity to show them who they are to me. But if they say all these things and I pay attention to the follow through, they don't follow through, then that means they're not real. They're not sincere about it because talk is cheap. Yeah. So that's why everybody loves to talk. They talk about me. I look at it as they're my free marketing team because if they didn't talk about me, nobody would know about me. Yeah. But it sucks in a way where it's like, well, just join the, the positive group. Like, like let's build and help each other build. But people go through things. They have personal issues, mental issues too, and that maybe they might hide themselves, and it's more of they're deflecting. They're like they're not happy with themselves, so everybody is gonna suffer with me. Yeah, And that I also keep an eye out because I'm like, a lot of people come to these events, they want to smoke, they want to make friends, but they should be at home trying to work on their stuff. Like, don't come out here and do drugs. And I don't even know who.
I know, but I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying.
But somebody right now is like,
damn, Johnny.
I just got home.
Somebody right now is putting down the free little joint. Like,
yo, I'm dying. Somebody is, really
and samples are cute, but hey, you gotta respect those because, like what we were saying earlier, nothing's free.
Yeah.
The samples weren't free, the T-shirts weren't free. Like somebody paid for it, so have respect for. The brands, the people, but that's just me personally.
No, these people do no.
All they do much. They go above and beyond, and then they keep track of everything that I do. I get my accounts deleted, but at the same time, when I go to an event and they see me, they look down on the floor, and I'm just like, hello.
It's one of them things where, like, I hate to say it like this, like. Every industry, because I've said this before on this podcast. Before I was in the cannabis industry, bro, I had hella jobs in offices, retail, all this shit. High school, bro. Like, unfortunately, everybody here is over the age of 21 and sitting down on this damn couch. So that means we all either went through high school and graduated, failed, whatever the fuck we did, right? Amen. Either way, we dealt with high school drama. And at one point, we thought that shit would end in high school, and then we realized, no, it does not. Nope. Bro. High school don't fucking end at all. I mean, high school drama don't end. Stop, boss. I'm sound crazy. High school don't end. Sound crazy. But no, Riggs. I mean, I don't know if you've had any negative backlash, but you've been doing content creation for so long. I'm sure you've had to have had one bad experience where it's like you had to check a motherfucker and be like, hey, man, bro, nah, son, this ain't that.
I've noticed I'm a helpful person. I like to help people. And noticing on my journey, trying to, once I get to a level, I try to help people. And you learn new things and try to add that value and distill that value to your people. But sometimes you can see things and be like, oh man, I should say something about this. And that little thing can kind of like...
Are you talking about like someone taking your idea or...
No, not saying taking an idea, but just like how someone's doing something. Let's say whether it's music, cannabis related or anything. If I'm seeing someone doing something wrong, I'm the type of person to say something about it and say, hey,
you get your input
based on my...
Oh, no,
I learned to not do that anymore for free.
You a Gemini?
I'm a Cresp kid. Like I'm...
You's a what kid?
I'm a Cresp.
Oh.
Well, I'm on the 21st. So I've been told that. So that's what saying.
So you a Cancer then?
Hey, I embrace whatever people think I am. June 21st.
June 21st.
And then mine's June 28th.
Listen, I'm a Gemini.
son.
You're
Cancer. We're the Cancer. We're the same thing.
So the cusp,
I'm like on
he's the
first.
Cusp of the in between.
So my birthday is June 14th. So I'm a Gemini.
Okay, that's why.
That's the only reason why I asked you that, because as a Gemini, and I don't listen.
I don't fully subscribe.
We all know Geminis.
I don't really know this shit. Let me stop.
Yeah.
Because I can hear a woo-woo motherfucker trying to get at me like, shut up, pooch. I don't know. But I have been told as a Gemini, we have similar features of like wanting to put our input in on shit when it really ain't necessary to put our input on shit. And I have even been told that, hey, that's not necessary to say. So, I my heart goes out to you, brother.
I appreciate it. Hey, lessons have been learned this year, and it's just moving with the right intention, and also not letting certain interactions stop the intention. Shit, we finna keep this shit going. Whether people
can't
like
stop
it
the
or not.
rain.
Yeah.
Can't stop the rain.
Stop the rain. Right.
Can't stop the rain. No, that is, bro. I try to find it like hard how. I'm sorry. I try to find it funny every time I notice someone's trying to, stop me or like trying to hold me back. Like your first instinct, as Johnny said, you're human, is to want to, react. Smack a motherfucker up in here. Go DMX or something. But as you said earlier, bro, as a business person, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? When you really like start becoming about your business and about your dollars, you can't be like, I'll set it off for this motherfucker.
Yeah,
like,
you
all right, you can.
All right, Boosie.
Yeah, all right, Boosie. Yeah. That's gonna be the last time you setting anything off.
Yeah.
Nah, and it's like, okay, so once you get over that, you conquer that, you start to realize realize there are some people, bro, who just be jabbing at you, dog. Like they just kind of like, I don't want to say they want to see you do bad, but Johnny said it earlier, kind of it's like projecting, you know, like they're not happy with themselves. So like you start to realize, bro, like why is this person attacking me? Like I ain't did shit to them. Like what the fuck is wrong? Like at Rick's point, I'm just trying to help. Or, you know, in your point, like I'm just, you know, just explaining like myself. Either way, I've learned you don't win. You do not win.
You can't win them all.
And I've learned that everybody's going to have their turn.
Absolutely.
So clap for everyone. And then when it's your turn, ball out.
Boom.
Ball out. Boom. And then align yourself with people that are like-minded. And well, guess what? You're going to ball out together.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Wow.
Who would have thought? I mean, but karma don't be playing about people anyway, because we've literally experienced just the fee fi fo fum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure
Godzilla.
Have shared so much with you guys,
bro.
So
because they feel comfortable with you guys, so they're like X, Y, and Z.
Oh,
you know?
Or they just, you know, I think a lot of times too, working with my significant other, is a misconception of like, you know, we are either always together, so we like just getting buku paid, or like, you know, it's like. Like one of the funniest things is like when people think I'm the owner of a brand that I work for. Now that these motherfuckers, I don't own shit. Like it just ain't, like I am a worker. Look at my eyes.
W2.
W2.
No LLC. No LLC.
Nothing. You don't need to see that. I don't even got no product today. That's how you know I'm a worker.
Okay.
Nah, but it is just crazy because you know, then you have people who just aren't. And I've seen it and I felt it, like who aren't happy for me because I'm happy with me. You know what I'm saying? They don't like me because I like her and she like me. And like we work well with each other. Or, you know, they feel like, I don't know, really. I really don't fill in the blank for I hate motherfuckers. So I don't think about it.
We don't think about it until, and I mean, when we was told, we were literally told like, I don't want to work with you guys.
Yeah.
I want to work with somebody else.
Yeah, I want to work with you guys. You guys love each other too much.
You guys work with each other well. And they were like, okay.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Or I'm sure they've been like, oh, I'll work with her, but not with him.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, we're a package. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Might as well.
Yeah,
got one car.
Literally.
Yeah, literally got one car. She go, I go.
And then also people that money watch or pocket watch.
Yeah.
That I'm like, oh my gosh. Why do you care I have another shirt? I'm the same player. I just have a different jersey on. Come on, I'm still Johnny. Like, no matter what shirt I have on, I'm gonna perform.
But that's your brand is inspired by cannabis, and if people choose to have you represent their brand, then that's the steps you've made for yourself.
Absolutely.
Everybody, just like you said, isn't there clapping.
Yeah.
All right, they're wiping their tears.
Wiping their tears. Well, and also too, to the point of pocket watching and wiping tears. I think what happens a lot of times in just the creative space, not just the cannabis space, is that a lot of people want your space. They want your position.
They literally want to take your spot.
Yeah, not realizing all the bullshit you went through.
Just the spot though. They don't know
what it takes. There. You know what I'm saying? What it takes.
And to keep it.
And to keep it. Exactly.
That's the hardest one.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I've had it.
Yeah.
The decisions you have to make. The time you put in.
The sacrifices you have to make. The things you have to miss out on. Okay. I think the coolest thing about being a creative is that you do things that are creative. I think the worst things about being a creative is that people know you do things that are creative. I find it super cool to self-promote the shit that I do. And I love the positive feedback and I love the numbers and I love the, you know, subscribers. I love it. I mean, Johnny, you repost me like a motherfucker. I love it. But I hate it because it is like a tug of war thing of where like I'm not in love with that interaction. I'm in love with the art I'm putting out. If y'all didn't like what I was doing, if y'all didn't want to come on this podcast, if y'all weren't interested in it, I mean, I wouldn't continue to do it. And that's so weird to me because I say that as a person who doesn't care about what people think, but as an artist, you gotta care about what the people think.
You're sensitive about your shit.
I'm sensitive about my shit, right? But it's just weird because you live in this world where like it's always this constant circle, like making something cool, wanting to build it, wanting to have people be a part of it, but then not getting upset when people don't like it.
Well, it's like him. He creates videos, right? Yeah. So as soon as he posts it, he wants to see how it performs. Absolutely. He wants to see how many views it gets. And even though he thinks it's the best video ever, if it doesn't perform how he wants, I don't know the process behind that. It's like, go on to the next one. You know?
Well, how do you handle that? Like,
how do you handle that, Riggs?
I would say now I kind of like, I would say in a sense, I just let shit fly. Like I post it and just let it go. And like I would say for my stories, I figure out a way to get shit posted and kind of like attention hack kind of just by like saying my piece, I guess, and kind of like that just attracts like numbers or whatever. But I haven't been intentional or at least like comfortable in what I'm posting on my page. So that's where I'm like the same thing. Like I feel like personally I literally tailor so much content, but it's the content for yourself as the artist, as the personal creative yourself. The content for you is the hardest shit to create the most. It's easy for a graphic designer to design all these designs, but for a graphic designer to have their own brand, and hey, real quick, shout out to my boy Young Licks, Tears of Joys. But for a graphic designer to have their own brand, that takes a lot too, because you're more picky with the stuff that's for you, because that's your creativity being put out versus the stuff that, this is what this person wants, so I'm gonna give this person exactly what they want. And with video I have to do that too. But now 2026, people are gonna see my content, like, so my overthought content. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for that. All right, man. I love that, brother. I think one of the coolest things you said was like, yo, like as a graphic designer, you can make so many things, but then when it comes down to your stuff, you're like kind of stuck. I think that's super funny because like when it comes down to doing work for other people, it flies, bro. I just like, all right, this is what we're gonna do, blah, blah, blah. But the moment I'm just like, this is for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, man, oh my gosh, this is for me, oh my gosh. And I'm just like, bro, why you acting like a little fucking schoolgirl? Like, calm down, bro. Like, you are high, But I think the point is that because you are an artist and you are sensitive about your shit and you are passionate about it, it always, you want it to go well. Whereas like when you're working with somebody else, like, your skills, I know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm gonna do here. But when you're doing it for yourself, it's like, damn, the money don't matter here. It's more of like, do the people understand it? Do I want them to even understand it? Like, how will they understand it? Yeah. Do I give a fuck?
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for them. So I think that's one of the hardest like problems with being an artist. It sounds super cliche, but like to be an artist sometimes is be super lonely inside your head because you're just like, fuck, like I really wish I can get this out, but it's never gonna come out how I truly want people to see it. That being said, we round the corner to ending things up, to ending up the show. I wanted to ask you guys one last question before we get up out of here. If you could give any advice to somebody about starting business in the creative space, in the event space, what would be the advice you would give them? Go ahead, Auntie, you go first.
I mean, really just study your market and just really find your why too. Because, you're just doing something because it's the next big thing, then it's probably not going to follow through.
Absolutely not.
Just have pure intentions.
Trendy shit does not last.
Find your intentions.
Yep. Riggs, what about you, my guy?
I think really the best thing I said to anyone trying to do anything, one, actually fucking try, because no one fucking tries. And everybody says don't try, just do. Fuck that shit. Fucking try first, and then you end up doing some shit. And second, once you start, just don't stop, because that's the secret to success. That's the only reason I'm here, is because I didn't fucking stop. I didn't quit. It's a secret. I'm a long way to go, but like the secret is don't fucking stop. Go through all that shit and don't stop. That's the secret. Best thing, and embrace the journey and not the destination.
Absolutely.
That's kind of three things, but
no, you good. They're like, God damn, dude. No, you spitting, motherfucker. You spitting. No. I do appreciate it because like the same thing, like don't stop. One of our other guests said the same thing. But Johnny, what about you? What would you say, brother?
I would say, don't be afraid to fail.
Yes.
Because you're going to learn with all the experience and like just go for it.
Boom.
And, if people are doing things, learn from it. Go to events, network. If you have an interest in something, go figure out like if there's like an association, go sign up. Just mingle and look around and observe and how they move and how they do things. And guess what? You could actually talk to them and be like, hey, can I pick your brain? Can you be a mentor? Look for a mentor in whatever field, but always have a passion for what you're doing. Like what she said, your why. You got to have a why. You can't just do it because you think it's cool. You got to have a reason behind, move with intention.
Find your purpose.
All right, gentlemen, before we get up out of here, both of y'all, Johnny, tell them where they can find you at, bro.
IBC cleanups. We're gonna be back in January in Long Beach where we started, and then my handle I got deleted unfortunately. 5 years account I was already at 11 or 10K whatever, and it's inspired underscore by underscore cannabis. So still inspired by cannabis. I'll be out there, and don't hesitate to message me. I'm always down to collaborate and talk business. And then shout out to Canada Trust and Kush Disciple. Thank you, good ass people that I met, and they've been blessings in my lives, and they've given me opportunity in the industry.
Cool.
So
yeah.
What about you, Riggs?
Man, you can find me at Shop by Riggs. You can find me at BeLive.creative, Creative Space Music Group, Creative Space MG. And, shout out to the team. Shout out to Green Rush Nation. Shout out my guy B Guns, my guy Juice, Room Full of Mirrors. Shout out my guy Sis. Long live J Hatch. Long live Jeremy Spears. Shout out to the team. Shout out to all my guys.
All right, man. Listen, dog. I always love having people like you guys on. Until you got anything to say to people before we go?
No, you already know. Just keep your head up. You already know that don't give up. You learn some good lessons here. First, you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again. Try again.
All right, bro. We out, y'all.
Peace.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey.